Hello, everybody. Thank you for returning to our YouTube channel. I am Brian with Technology United for Ukraine. And as you know, we're an all-volunteer R&D organization that works along with the Ukrainian Armed Forces to develop innovative technologies for them to utilize on the battlefield. So if you'd like to join us, if you're an engineer, scientist, technologist, or anybody who wants to help out with our social media, fundraising for fiber optic drones, you name it, come and join us. Link is in the description, and we are officially attached to a unit called the Birds of Fury. They're a Ukrainian military R&D unit that we developed these innovative technologies with. And that's James, if you haven't seen me and him doing videos together. And also Matthew Creedican, the former Navy SEAL, will be back on my show twice a week. We're hoping he'll be able to come on. And he's been fighting in Ukraine for 3 years now. So very busy guy, but now he's going to be helping us out with the channel again. So look forward to seeing him. All right, let's get right into these numbers. As of the 20th of February, the numbers that have been lost on the battlefield by the Russians, these are those who have expired, is 863,580 with 1,190 casualties being added. Now, that number, 1,190, is including the wounded, and those are expired. Now, wounded is calculated by multiplying the 863,580 by 3, which will give us the number 2,590,740 wounded. Now, that's not my number. That is from the Ukrainian Armed Forces. All right. Also, armored combat vehicles have hit 21,112, with 14 being added. Tanks, 10,134 with 14 being added. Artillery is at 23,410 with 63 being added. That's a massive number. Let's go back in time a little bit. Let's look at yesterday. Yesterday, we saw 1,300 casualties, 72 artillery pieces being destroyed. Artillery is critical to any war. 1,170 casualties. That is the day before yesterday, with 53 artillery being added. Let's go back another day, 37 artillery, 1,530 casualties. And if we keep going back, you'll see these numbers. 1,730 is just huge. It's only 11 artillery on that day. Then 59, 1,180, huge amounts of losses. Now let's get right into the battlefield. As we know, down here in Pokrovsk, I'm going to go way up here. So you see, we're down in the southern side of Ukraine. And, I always like to do a lot of analysis of this area, because this, I believe, is going to dictate what happens in the war. So that's where Pokrovsk is, right here. And this is the objective of the Russians is to move this way here. Whoops, let me do this. They want to go this way and this way, and basically close this off eventually and take the city. Now, recently, there has been a lot of counterattacks in this area, which we have not seen in a long, long time. Let me blow this up for you. All right, so if we look right here, the Ukrainians have pressed right through this area here. They are going in this direction and in this direction. Now, the Russians were trying to work their way out to this road here. And if we look over on this side, we'll see at one point, and we're going to go back in time, the Russians were working to cut the road off here, basically, take out the logistics from getting to Pokrovsk. And then hopefully they were hoping it would fall. But seems like the Ukrainians are pushing back hard. Now, let's look at the next couple days. Whoops. Now, watch these areas here and over here, right? In particular, because we're going to see how their advance kind of has fallen apart. All right. And even watch here. Watch this area. All right. Let's go back a day. Notice the Russians had moved forward here, but over here, as we go back, you're going to see these areas start to fall backwards from their advance that the Russians had made. All right, so let's go forward. Now watch the changes. Watch the changes. Here we go. Here we go. Now moving forward. And then we're going to see right now, see the big drop right back here. So they've hit here. They've hit here and here, as we've already talked about in here. So I think they're going to try to really hit as hard as they can in this area, because this is where a majority of the Russian troops are. This is a critical area. It's amassed a lot of troops. And I think the way they're thinking is if they can break the back of the Russians in this area here, which is the Donetsk area, because Donetsk city is right here, it's going to have a tremendous impact of the morale and the functionality, the ability of the Russians to function. So let's take another look here. What did I have? This is another look at the losses. And I like looking at this number here, which is vehicles and fuel trucks, because we know they've been really hitting the fuel depots in Russia, some of the frontline fuel storage. So they're really trying to crush their logistics efforts. And this has been a number that has been ticking up a lot. And even this here, this is UAVs that they've shot down. The Ukrainians have shot down 160 in just one day, 136 vehicles and fuel tanks. So with probably a lot of these being the fuel tanks. So that's all I got for you guys today. Remember, Slava Ukraini, and like, share, and subscribe.